Hello students, this is a class of analog electronics and today we are going to study about high frequency models of transistors and H parameters models of transistor. So welcome you all. In analog electronics, this part of transistor is very important. We have all studied about the basics of transistors, BJT, MOSFET in our basic electronics. So this is a new part, new chapter. So let us start. Content, these all are the contents that we are going to study here. Sinusoidal analysis, high frequency role of AV, frequency response of the common emitter stage, amplifier figure of merit of high frequency, BJT, hybrid pi model parameters relationship, etc. These are the few topics that we are going to cover here. Sinusoidal analysis. Any voltage or current in a linear circuit with a sinusoidal source is a sinusoid of the same frequency. We only need to keep track of the amplitude and phase when determining the response of a linear circuit to a sinusoidal source. Any time-varying signal can be expressed as a sum of sinusoids of various frequencies and phases. Now, if we apply the principle of superposition, the current or voltage response in a linear circuit due to a time-varying input signal can be calculated to the sum of the sinusoidal response for each sinusoidal component of the input signal. High frequency roll off in A. A means the gain. Typically, an amplifier is designed to work over a limited range of frequencies. At high frequencies, the gain of an amplifier decreases. Here we can see three figures with the three amplifier, where the range of the frequency range gets increases. Here you can see in the first figure, the time period is much more higher than the second figure. So as we go on to the third figure, the frequency of the time period as decreases, so we can see the frequency gets increases. So in the left hand side, here this three signal denotes that this if frequency is F1, it is F2 and this one is F3. We can say that F3 is much higher than F1. Now this is an amplifier. So this signal is fed to this amplifier and we can see that for lower frequency, the gain of the amplifier gets increased, but for higher frequency, the gain of the amplifier gets decreases. So at high frequency, the gain of the amplifier decreases. Capacitive load causes the gain to decrease. Again, we can say that if with capacitance, the load of the gain of the load will be decreasing. The impedance of capacitance decreases at high frequencies. See here, again there is a capacitor in the output. It may be for any use. It can be of any use because we may use capacitor for resonant purpose, we may use capacitor for filter purpose, but the presence of capacitor will again reduce the gain. Frequency response. At low frequency, the capacitor is effectively an open circuit, but as the frequency gets higher, as the frequency gets higher, we can say that the effectiveness of capacitor will be in the circuit, and as a result, again the gain will be decreasing after a certain frequency. So amplifier figure of merit, FOM. The gain bandwidth product is commonly used to benchmark amplifier. What is the main use of amplifier? We need to get much more gain for output purpose, to get the output in load. The amount of amplifying gain will be much more required. So the gain bandwidth product is commonly used. This is the rating of an amplifier. We wish to maximize both the gain and the bandwidth. Proper consumption is also an important attribute. We wish to minimize the power consumption. So at the same time, we need a much more gain and bandwidth, but with a common with a reduced power. Consumption of power should be less, and as a result, we can say that this ratio will be much higher. Operation at low time period, low VCC with small CL will give superior FOM, that is amplifier figure of merit. This is a particular term, particular quantity that describes whether this amplifier is suitable for this operation, whether this amplifier can provide us a particular gain or not. High frequency BJT model. The BJT inherently has junction capacitances which affect its performance at high frequency. See here, you can see in every junction you can see a capacitor. Collector junction, depletion capacitance C mu, this one. Emitter junction, depletion capacitance CJE, and also diffusion capacitance CH. So C pi is the sum of CB plus CJE. This is the emitter junction. In an integrated circuit, the BJTs are fabricated in the surface of a silicon wafer substrate. Another junction exists between the collector and substrate, resulting in substrate junction capacitance CCS. BJT cross section, BJT small signal model. This is the BJT cross section where an NPN transistor, we can see this is the emitter terminal, this is base terminal and collector terminal. Now see, here there is a capacitor with base and collector. It's a common capacitor connecting base and collector. Similarly, this constructional view can be understood by this circuit view. Let me show you. So this is the BJT, this is the collector junction, this is the emitter junction, base, emitter and collector. And again a loaded capacitor is connected in the load terminal, that is CCS. Hybrid model pi. I will request all of you to draw this circuit, to keep this circuit in your copy, because the question may come like draw hybrid pi model of transistor. So you have to then draw this particular circuit. Why this is known as pi model? Because this arrangement of resistor capacitor is similar to a pi circuit, so this is known as pi model. Here the resistance RB dash ohmic resistance voltage drop in base region caused by transverse flow of majority carriers. The value of RB varies from 50 to 500 ohm. RC collector emitter resistance change in IC. Due to change in VC, the RC value varies from 20 to 500. And REX is the emitter lead resistance, important if IC is very large. So its value varies from 1 to 3. Hybrid model pi parameters. CJEO is a base emitter junction depletion layer. This all you have to just know. You have to know all these things. C mu base collector junction capacitance, CSO collector substrate capacitance, Psi 0.55 volt. The typical value of Psi 0 will be 0.55 volt. Tau A forward transit time of minority carriers, average of lifetime of holes and electrons. Yeah. Hybrid pi relationship. We all know gain is the output and the ratio between output and input. So here in our transistor model, collector current is the output, whereas the source voltage is the input. So gain can be written as IC by VT. In case of VT, the value of VT may varies. It is generally 26 millivolt at 300 degree Kelvin. Now the gain value can be replaced as IC by 26 milliampere. So again R resistance value will be voltage by current. So 26 milliampere divided by current, and IC can be written as beta V pi divided by R pi. R0. R0 value of resistance, again voltage divided by current, where the value of voltage varies from 50 to 100 volt. FT, it's a gain bandwidth product. C mu corresponds approximately to C0 B0. Tau CB, it's time constant, base collector base time constant. RB, it's tau CB into C mu. And C pi, it's beta divided by 2 pi R pi FT minus C mu. Hybrid model pi mid band. This is the pi mid band, where you can see in the middle, it's connected with emitter. So again, I will suggest you can draw this with the perfect heading, that hybrid. This is the circuit of hybrid model pi mid band. Hybrid model pi for high frequency. You can draw this circuit. Common emitter amplifier, complete hybrid pi. Common emitter amplifier. So this is the emitter terminal, which is common to both base and collector terminal. This part is the potential divider for base. This part is the collector and collector capacitor and collector resistor, and this is the load resistor, and particular this part is the emitter portion. Mid-band hybrid pi common emitter. Same. Generally we use common emitter because common emitter type NPN transistor will be much more effective for our circuit arrangement. Equivalent circuit to find Z0. See, this is similar to you have also find in your circuit theory Thevenin's equivalent impedance, Thevenin's equivalent resistance, Norton's equivalent resistance. This is similar, and just removing load resistance, we can find Z0. High frequency hybrid pi CE amplifier, common emitter amplifier. Hybrid pi common transconductance model. I will do one thing. I will share this particular PPT with you so that you can have this figure with you yourself, because this figure may come in your exam. Now, determination of hybrid conductance. GM is directly proportional to IC and also inversely proportional to T. For PNP transistor, IC is negative. Here we can see the value of GM, it's IC by VT gain. Now, generally the value of VT is 26 millivolts, so GM will be IC by 26. That is, IC is in milliampere. Now, if the value of IC is 1.3 milliampere, then GM will vary from point, or it will start from 0.05 ampere per volt, and for 10 milliampere it will start from 400 milliampere per volt. Now, hybrid pi capacitance. Hybrid pi capacitance, it will be CC, that is proportional to 1 by Vc to the power n, where n is half for abrupt junction and 1/3 for graded junction. CE is emitter diffusion capacitance plus emitter junction capacitance. CT is transmission capacitance. CD is diffusion capacitance, where CD is much higher than transition capacitance. CE is almost approximately same with CDE, and CDE is proportional to IE and independent of temperature T. High frequency model parameter of a BJT in terms of low frequency hybrid parameter. Again, this is a figure and I will share it with you. The high frequency model parameters of a BJT in terms of low frequency hybrid parameters are given below. Transconductance is IC by VT. Internal base node to emitter resistance is HFP by GM. The value of GM again put, so HFP into VT divided by IC. Internal base node to collector resistance, it's HRE into RBC divided by 1 minus HRE. Assuming HRE very less than 1, it reduces to RBE. Base spreading resistance, it's HIE minus RBE. Collector emitter short circuit current gain. They have just shorted the load terminal and they are calculating the current gain. Analysis of common source and common drain amplifier circuits at high frequency. Now for FET. The previous one we have studied about BJT. So this is for FET. Common source amplifier. Similar, there is a circuit and I will share it with you. So we can see here 3 terminals, gate, drain and source, and this is a common source model. High frequency response of common source amplifier. Yeah, there was a question in GATE 2015 that considered the Bode plot shown in figure. Assume that all the poles and zeros are real valued. The value of FH and FL will be in hertz. So you have to find the value of high frequency and low frequency. Again, next question, it was come in 2014 that consider the common collector amplifier in the figure. The bias circuitry ensures that the transistor operates in forward active region, but it has been omitted for simplicity. Let IC be the collector current, VB be the base emitter voltage, and VT be the thermal voltage. Also, GM and R0 were given. These are the small signal transconductance and output resistance of the transistor respectively. Which one of the following conditions ensure a nearly constant small signal voltage gain for a wide range of values of RE? So, try this. You can solve this, and if you find difficulties, definitely you will find difficulties because this is not as that much of easy. So just try and then come to me. I just need to see what are your thought process, how you can think to start the problem. So after that I will solve it to you. Okay. Next is H parameter model of parameters. So H parameter model. What is H parameter model? You have already studied in your circuit theory. If 2-port parameters is being done, that H parameter hybrid model. The equivalent circuit of a transistor can be drawn using simple approximation by retaining its essential feature. These equivalent circuits will aid in analyzing transistor circuits easily and rapidly. So this is a 2-port network where input voltages V1 and I1 is the input current, and whereas for port 2 output voltage is V2 and current is I2. 2-port devices and network parameters. Here a transistor can be treated as a 2-port network. The terminal behavior of any 2-port network can be specified by the terminal voltage V1 and V2 and current I1 and I2. Of these four variables, V1, V2 and I1, I2, two can be selected as independent and the remaining two will be selected as dependent variable. This leads to various two-port parameter, out of which the following three are important: Z parameter or impedance parameter, Y parameter or admittance parameter, and H parameters or hybrid parameter. Now, why this name? Why these are all named as hybrid parameters? The four parameters associated with this model are input impedance, current gain, and output conductance. Since their units are completely different from each other, this set of parameters is called as hybrid parameters. Now, this is the calculation of hybrid parameter for two-port network: input voltage and output current. Here you can see V1 and I2. So voltage of port 1 and current of port 2, these are taken as independent, and so V1 can be written as H11 I1 plus H12 V2. This is the generalized equation of two-port network of hybrid parameters also. You have to remember these equations, and I2 equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Now from them, H11 becomes V1 by I1 if V2 is 0. This is the input impedance with output shortage. H22 becomes I2 by V2 with I1 equal to 0. H12 it's V1 by V2 with I1 0, and H21 it's I2 by I1 with V2 0. These are four parameters, four hybrid parameters or H parameters. So this is the hybrid model. Transistor hybrid model. Consider simple common emitter configuration. Here input current I1 that is replaced by IB, input voltage VI that is replaced by VBE. Free output current that is I0 equal to IC, and output voltage that is V0 equal to VC. So this is a common emitter terminal and this is equivalent circuit. Now applying KCL, expression of H parameters for common emitter configuration can be obtained by letting VC or IB equal to 0. H parameters for configuration are, if we consider VC equal to 0, HIE becomes VBE by IB, that is base voltage by base current. HFE becomes current ratio, that is IC by IB. Now, if we consider IB equal to 0, then HRE becomes VB by VCE and HOE becomes IC by VC. So, these are the four hybrid parameters for transistor. Hence, we can neglect HRE, HOE while drawing the H parameter equivalent circuit. Such an equivalent circuit is called approximate hybrid equivalent circuit. Note that the dependent voltage source VC has been replaced by a short circuit and HOE has been replaced by an open circuit. H parameters for C configuration. So this is the approximation. If we consider V is equal to 0, we can write HIE equal to VBE by IB, HFE equal to IE by IB. Now if we consider IB 0, we can write HRE equal to VBE and VB by VC, VEC, and HOE equal to IC by VEC. These parameters, if these parameters are specified for a particular configuration, then suffixes E, B, C are also included. Using two equations, the generalized model of the amplifier can be drawn, and this is the generalized model of amplifier. So various forms: common emitter form, common base form, common collector form. Here we can get the four hybrid parameters HI, HR, HF, HO. For common emitter, it's VB by IB, VB by VC, IC by IB, IC by VC. For base, it's V by VB, V by VC, IC by IE, IC into VC. Common collector is VB by IB, VB by VE, IE by IB, and IE by VE. The units for HI, the unit is ohm. HR and HF are unitless, and unit of H0 is watt. Now, what are the advantages of hybrid model? H parameters can be easily measured. They can be calculated from the static characteristics of transistor. Manufacturers provide H parameters in their data sheets. H parameters can be used easily and conveniently in circuit analysis and design. But disadvantage, these parameters suffer from a major disadvantage that they are defined only for a particular set of operating conditions. The parameters of other equivalent circuit can be determined for any region of operation within the active region and are not limited by the single set of parameters provided by the specification sheet. So these are some references from where you can study all these things. You can go through the books also, electronics, device and circuits. So if you find any difficulties, you can mention that in the comment section. Just go through this video more than once, go through the derivation more than once, so that you can answer these questions in the exam. So thank you students, thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.